Hello Sunita ji, how are you?
Hi, good evening, Kunalji. I'm good.
Your back is fine. You had some issue in the back, right?
I'm not fine. The issue is there. I'm still on a
Okay.
bed rest.
Oh, okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll wait a
Well,
few.
July end is, they have told, if doesn't reduce, then I have to undergo operation. But I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So I said I will take bed rest and with the medication, I'll make sure it is perfect.
Okay.
This 21 days, what your video you have shared, is it just going through that, or it is a practice to be done? Or how is it?
Practice to be done along with it.
Any sitting posture, or how exactly?
Some of them are sitting also.
Okay.
There is something called Mindful Yoga Nidra.
Huh.
I think on day 4, day 5. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
So that is while lying down. You can do that.
Okay.
That will give you a lot of relief.
I'll do. Is it in one record, or again I have to go every day? Is it in
I've shared one playlist on the group.
Okay.
In that you will find all the videos.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. We'll just wait a few minutes for people to join, then we'll start.
Yes.
Namaste, everyone. A very warm welcome to this session. I am glad that all of you guys could find time to join in. So today's topic is identifying your life's purpose, right? So it's a very interesting topic. So we will talk about it. But before that, we will start today's session again with our humming practice, with which we start all these sessions. So I'll just quickly revise the instructions and then we will practice it along, right? So for doing humming, we take a deep breath in and we take a deep breath in such that the breath goes into our navel region. And once we take a deep breath in, then we, while we breathe out, we make a humming sound like, so that sort of sound we will make, and we will do it for 7 to 11 times. And then we will sit in silence for a period of 2-3 minutes, right? So I will guide you. Don't worry if you don't remember or if you have not practiced it for some time. So don't worry about it. Just give me 1 second. I'll just adjust my position. Okay, great. So we will start off with humming. I will guide you. So please sit with your back straight. Keep your hands on your knees, palms facing upwards.
Kunalji, you have to tell me what I can do, what I should not do. So based on that,
don't do this. Just stay in silence.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're lying down, so don't do this. Yeah. So please sit with your back straight. Keep your palms open. Keep them on your knees. If you're sitting in cross-leg posture, then great. While if you're sitting on chair, then keep your left foot on top of below your right foot. Keep your right foot on top of your left foot. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Now take a deep breath in and let your breath go into your navel region. Take another deep breath in, let it go into your navel region and breathe out. Take one more deep breath in and breathe out. Now take a deep breath in for humming. As we breathe out, we will make the humming sound, and the sound goes like this. So if you're not able to hear me properly, still make this humming sound. And when you make the humming sound, feel more and more integrated from within. Gather yourself and feel very integrated, and also feel that your navel region is getting activated. So take a deep breath in. And now do humming on breathe out. Take another deep breath in and do humming on breathe out. Hmm. 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 Now sit in silence and stay focused on your breath. Keep your eyes closed and stay focused on your breath. Now take 3 deep breaths. Gently move your fingers and toes. Rub your hands against each other. Place them on your face. Gently open your eyes and then rub your hands all around your face and on your body. And come back with a gentle smile. Okay, great. Okay, nice. Okay, so let me share my screen. So today we will talk about identifying your life's purpose, so we will understand a little bit more about purpose, what purpose really is. Should you have a purpose in life? Does this life have a purpose? Why are we living on this planet? Why are we here? What are we doing here? We'll talk about some of these things. So quite interesting. So try to absorb as much as possible. And then, whatever you're not able to absorb, if you have any questions, then we'll have enough time in the end to answer all those questions. Yeah. So let's get started. Can you guys see me fine? I think there is some issue with my camera today. The screen froze, right? Oh, that's better. Good. Okay, so let's talk about purpose. So first question is, what is the purpose of this life? So put your comments in the chat box. So tell me, as per you, what is the purpose of your life? What do you think is the purpose of this life? So when I say life, I'm talking about the fundamental life which all of us are. I'm not talking about, your life that you are somebody's husband, somebody's father, you are a manager and you're working somewhere. I'm not talking about those roles which you are playing, but I'm talking about this life which you are, right? So, this life which comes on this planet in the form of this body, and and stays for a few years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, whatever time, and then it goes back again somewhere. We don't know where. It comes from somewhere, it goes somewhere, yeah, or it stays here, whatever, right? I'm talking about that life. So what do you think is the purpose of this life? Okay, to connect with God. I want to know, to connect with God through meditation forever. Okay. So others, what do you guys think? What is the purpose of this life? What is the real purpose of this life? Moksha, good deeds, liberation of soul. Okay. Purusharthas. Okay, nice. Others, what do you guys think? What is the purpose of this life? To help others. Okay. Live and let live. Help others with all possible, what I can, and my betterment and others. Okay. Other people, what do you think? What is the purpose of this life? Any thoughts from anybody else? To be super rich, good health and happiness. Okay. So see, now there are two things, right? So one is this fundamental life which we all of us are, so the life which I am, you are also the same life, right? Whether we talk about Shiva, whether we talk about Anirban, whether we talk about Sunita ji, ultimately at a fundamental level, all of us are the same life, right? And the only purpose of this life, this fundamental life, is to realize who we are. That's the only purpose of this life, to realize who we are, why are we here, where did we come from, where are we going, just to understand its nature. So that is also one of the reason why, all of us feel unfulfilled at times. A lot of times in our life, we feel very unfulfilled. We are not sure, how to get more fulfillment, right? And then what we do is that we run behind a lot of materialistic goals and materialistic things in life. We say, okay, now if I have a good business, then I will feel more fulfilled, or if I have a better relationship, then I'll feel more fulfilled, or if let's say I earn 1 crore rupees, then I will feel more fulfilled, right? We talk about those things, right? But the point is, the fundamental craving which all of us have in life is this craving to realize who we are, right? That is the most fundamental craving. When you start working towards this goal, and when you start, either becoming more meditative, or, or take some steps toward this goal, up your knowledge, learn more things, connect with people, to understand yourself better. When you start moving towards this goal, that is when you will observe that your cravings are reducing, right? That your fulfillment is increasing, right? Because this is the fundamental fulfillment which every life wants in itself, right? So our life is on an evolutionary journey such that, it is going from one bird to another, to another, to another. And it is on that journey just to help us realize who we are, right? And when we start working towards it, our goals and our life's goal completely align. And that is when, you find a lot of fulfillment, and you find a lot of happiness, you find a lot of joy, and you find a lot of bliss in life, right? So this is the fundamental purpose of life, right? And it is only one purpose. There is no other purpose, apart from that. Whatever purposes we say, these days it's a fashion to create a purpose statement for yourself. So many people are creating purpose statements and all of those purposes are for this, for this birth which we have. Those purposes are for this birth, so that we do something impactful in this birth. The only objective of those purposes is that, right? However, the fundamental purpose which all of us have, and this is one common thing across all of us, there are 10 people on the call, 13 people in fact now. So, for all the people on the call, this is the fundamental purpose which all of us have, to realize who we are, right? So that's the fundamental, right? That's the fundamental. Now the question is, correct. So basically, to realize Krishna and get moksha, you can say anything, or you can say break the cycle of birth, death, rebirth, exactly, to fulfill the karma of our past lives. To basically, get over karma, basically, not really fulfill, but to, get rid of karma, right? When you get rid of karma, that is when you become mukt of everything, right? So basically, those are the things, right? But the point which I'm trying to emphasize through this session is that beyond this purpose, this is a fundamental purpose which you have to anyways work on. And if you do not work on this purpose, then you will not feel fulfilled, right? So this is the fundamental thing which you have to focus on. However, beyond this purpose, you should also have a very strong purpose for your life, right? For this birth which you have today on this planet, and you're going to stay here for 80 years, 90 years, whatever time period. Now, for this birth also, you should have a purpose in life, right? Now, the question is, why should you have a purpose, right? So ultimately, you can always take birth, eat, drink, reproduce, die, and, and just focus on who you are, right? You can live like that. There's nothing wrong in that. There's nothing wrong in it, right? Because the fundamental purpose of life is getting fulfilled, right? But still, you should have another purpose in life, which you should create for yourself. And that purpose should be the purpose for this birth, this lifetime which you have, right? Now, what is the reason behind it? The reason behind having a purpose like that is because, most of the times in our life, we are too focused on ourselves, right? We are too focused on ourselves. We are focused on our needs. We are focused on our problems. Focus on the stress we are facing. We are focused on, our relationships. We are too bothered about our families. We get a lot of bothering thoughts, and there are so many things which happen in our life, right? And so many times we analyze our life and say, no, something is not right. Things are not as per my liking. There are so many things we focus our energies on, right? Now, the problem is that whenever you have to get away from these things, whenever you have to overcome any challenge or any issue which you face in your life, you need to take away the focus from yourself. you have to focus on something bigger than you, right? Because the point is that the day you focus, you shift your focus on something bigger than you, all your life problems, all the challenges which you think are huge will suddenly become very small. They will suddenly become very small. And then you will know exactly how to overcome these challenges, right? I mean, because when you're focused on something bigger, that bigger problem takes the center of attention, and that bigger problem, becomes the focus of your life. And then any problem you have, it becomes a very small problem, right? You naturally find that energy, and you naturally find that guidance to overcome those small issues in your life, right? And that, my dear friends, is one of the most fulfilling way to live this life. So for example, I will tell you, what would I be doing if, let's say, I was not doing this session today? I would either be watching a movie, or just spending time at home, or maybe just, sitting in the balcony, having a cup of tea, I would be doing those things, right? And then at that time, I might be thinking, okay, something is not working in my office. This person is not performing well, or something like that, right? But what I'm doing here through this session is that I'm fulfilling my purpose, so, and my purpose, which I've created for myself in this life, is to help others become more meditative. That's the purpose which I've created for myself, right? So when I'm sitting in this session now, all the problems which I have, they are not there. It's like I am fully involved here, and it's like, I am present here, I am fulfilling my purpose, and I am doing what really creates a large impact in your life, and also in my life. Because of that, all the problems, all the challenges which I have become really small in my life, because I don't have time most of the times to solve those challenges. And when you really don't have time, those challenges get solved on its own. That's how this life goes, right? So a lot of times we say that we will plan for it. We have this issue, we will fix it like this, we will do this, let's do this, let's do that. We talk all sort of nonsense. And I'm telling you, all that is nonsense. If you have challenges, you try to solve those challenges. Even if you're able to solve, you will find another challenge to play with, right? Because that's the nature of our mind. It goes from one issue to another issue to third issue, right? It just keeps on moving in that direction. The point is, if you have to live a high impact life, and if you have to live a life where you feel more fulfilled, where you feel more energetic, that is when you have to move away from your own focus to focusing on something bigger in life, and that bigger something is the purpose which you create for yourself, right? That bigger something is the purpose which you create for yourself. Now, what should that purpose be? That we will talk about. But the point here is that when you create a purpose in life, you shift your focus on something bigger than you. And that is when, your life becomes really empowered, and you get so much power, and you get so much energy, and you get so much support from this entire world, that all your challenges become very small, and they get resolved on their own. That's how your life grows. So then you don't have to worry about stress, then you don't have to worry about failures, then you don't have to worry about somebody not doing things as per your liking. You don't have to worry about those things. These things get resolved on their own, right? When you focus on something bigger, right? Now, the question is, on that note, if we are supposed to have a purpose for life, then what should be our purpose? Then the question is, what should be our purpose? Should we do something good for others? Should we, live a good life? Should we, earn more money? Should we have good relationships? Should we take care of our family very well? What should be our purpose? What should be our purpose? That's where that's the question which we need to answer, right? So as per my understanding and as per my own personal experience, the only purpose which is worth pursuing is the purpose to serve others. When you serve others unconditionally, without too much focus on your own personal well-being and your personal benefit, that is the real purpose which you live in life, right? I mean, and it's not that, you should not focus on earning money through your purpose, or you should not focus on, creating your purpose as your full-time profession, for example. It's not about that. You can do all those things, right? Nothing wrong in that. But when you serve others with full involvement. You serve others, without any biasness. You serve others with all your energy, with all your might, right? So that is the only real purpose, which you can have in your life, right? Everything else which you create for yourself is just going to be a goal which will stay with you for a few years. Once that goal is fulfilled, you will again feel unfulfilled and you will create a new goal in life, right? But then that goal will never fulfill you. So if you're looking for fulfillment, if you're looking that this birth which you have taken should become an impactful birth for life, for everybody else on this planet, and if you feel that you should do something for everybody around you, and if you feel that you should live a much larger life than what you're living today, then you need to have a purpose which is to serve others. You need to find an opportunity to serve others, right? It can be anything. I will talk about that. But the point here is that you have to find opportunities to serve others, right? And a good purpose will give you positive energy. It will keep you motivated and it will make you fulfilled, right? So these are three parameters on basis of which you can say whether the purpose which you have decided for yourself is really solving your life problems, and is it really making your life much more larger than what you are today or not, right? So a purpose should give you positive energy, it should keep you motivated, and it should make you fulfilled, right? These three things, right? So for example, like I said, my purpose is to help people become more meditative. So, whenever I do these sessions and whenever I create these slides and all, for doing any session, this gives me a lot of energy, that half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever I spend on creating these slides, that gives me so much energy, right? And it keeps me so much motivated. I look forward to these sessions. I don't know how whether you guys look forward to it or not, but I look forward to it, right? Because that's I'm fulfilling my purpose through this, right? And the kind of energies I experience throughout the session and the kind of fulfillment I feel when the session is over, that is something, which keeps me motivated and which encourages me to organize new things, create new programs, start new workshops and things like that, right? So these are three parameters to look at whenever you create a purpose statement, and we will create a purpose statement now. So, a good purpose will always give you positive energy, keep you motivated and make you fulfilled, right? And the only purpose worth pursuing is the purpose to serve others, right? Now, when we say, serve others, it can be anything, it can be anything, because if you look around yourself, you will find people are in so much need. There are so many challenges which people have today. There are huge number of opportunities, and you can decide to help anyone, so you can support the education. For example, there are so many underprivileged children who are facing challenges in their education. You can support them. You can increase the financial literacy of the nation. You can help the economy grow. You can help the initiatives which save environment, protect our rivers, reduce the waste. You can support NGOs to raise awareness about social issues. You can bring those changes. You can help people live a better life. And once you are established in meditation, you can even teach this to others. You can help people become more meditative. It gives them more peace. It helps them get rid of their stress. It helps them get rid of their challenges. You can help people with those things as well. So it can be anything. These are just 4 or 5 things which I noted down basis at the top of my mind. But there are hundreds and thousands of opportunities which are out there to serve others, right? So there is no dearth of it, right? There is no dearth of it. If you go out, or if you even do a Google search on what are the kind of challenges, what are the kind of issues people face, you will find huge number of opportunities where you can contribute, right? And not necessarily you have to contribute, you have to take this up full time, right? So you can either, contribute through your money. If you have money, you can donate, and through your donations, you can contribute, or you can donate your time. If you do not have sufficient money, and if you feel you cannot donate money, you can even donate your time. You can do some volunteering work, some online volunteering work or offline volunteering work. You can go and teach in a school, in an underprivileged school, right? You can do things like that, right? Or you can also take it up as a full-time profession, right? Like, teaching meditation or increasing the financial literacy, for example, can be a full-time meditation. You can become a financial coach, which can help people improve their finances, and especially people who do not have access to the financial knowledge and who do not really know how to manage their finances, especially who are, underprivileged. You can help those people as a part of your purpose and as a part of your, profession as well, right? So you can make purpose your profession. You can keep your purpose as a part-time thing. You can, do your purpose in whichever way possible. right? And there's no limit of it, right? There's no limit of opportunities which are out there, and you can decide how you want to fulfill it. But ultimately you need to have some purpose, right? Because the kind of energy, the kind of fulfillment this will bring into your life, nothing else will bring. That next vacation which you're looking forward to will help you relax, right? But it will never fulfill you, right? That next 20 lakh rupees which you're planning to earn through your business or whatever, that will give you some fulfillment, that will make you more happy, that will give you more freedom to spend money, but it will not make you 100% fulfilled, right? Only a purpose like this through which you can serve others will help you become more fulfilled, right? So that's my key message for today, that this is the kind of purpose which you should have in life. And especially, if you're on path of meditation, if you are on your spiritual journey and, you want to grow on this spiritual journey even more, this becomes a very important parameter, right? Because this is where that seva element comes in, right? And seva is one of the critical elements which you should do along with your sadhana, right? So they say sadhana is all the practices which you do. Along with that, you should do seva or service. So which is where this element comes in, right? And if you do not do this, then your sadhana will have only limited impact, right? But once you start doing seva, once you start doing service, the effectiveness of your sadhana or your meditation will also become 100x or 10x or 50x or whatever. It will grow. The effectiveness will become much more, right? So that's the key message. So I will now take a pause for 1 minute. So I want all of you guys to, close your eyes, and whatever you think that this is the area where you want to contribute, just think about that area. If you want, you can put it in the chat. If you don't want to put it in the chat, then just write down on a pen or paper, or just put it in your mobile phone. So we'll take a pause for 1 minute. And then after that, we will also create our vision statement for that area. Yeah. So I'm starting the stopwatch now. So you have 1 minute, close your eyes and think about all the problems you have seen around you in your society, in people you meet, and try to identify at least one area where you would like to contribute, right? And don't worry whether it's the right area, wrong area, there's nothing like that. You can contribute anywhere, wherever possible. And don't even worry whether, you will have time, you will have money to contribute or not. Forget about those things. Just identify one area where you want to contribute and put it on the chat if you're comfortable. You have 30 seconds more to think through. Okay, I hope you guys have thought through. Support underprivileged in health and education sector and empower them. Great. Others, if you're comfortable, you can put your area on chat, whatever area you think where you can contribute. Anybody else wants to share? Fight for the justice of poor, weak, oppressed, destitutes. Great. Others, please put it fast. Sure. Help others in all the way I can. You want to end poverty in this world? Great. What else? Anybody else wants to put their area? Great. So now what we will do is, now we will create a vision statement for that area. Whatever vision, whatever area you have finalized, now you need to create a vision statement for that area. So you need to identify, a sort of a statement. So for example, if you say that you are supporting the education of underprivileged children, so create a sort of goal saying that support the education of 100 underprivileged children by 2025, right? So create a statement like this. And this statement is something which will motivate you on a daily basis. And this statement will be your first milestone on this journey, so it doesn't end here, but you at least create some sort of statement which you can achieve in a few years so that you can fulfill your purpose even more, right? So just create a statement and create a very, very strong statement, right? Do not worry whether this statement will get fulfilled, it will not get fulfilled, whether you will have time, you will have money, you will have opportunity to do it or not. Don't worry about those things. Forget about everything, think unconstrained, completely unconstrained your mind. And if you do not have any constraints in life, through that unconstrained mind, think whether you'll be whatever vision statement you want to achieve, right? And just write it down. You can put it on the chat, or you can just write it down on your phone as well. Okay, you would like to do something for the environment. Great. So take 30 seconds to 1 minute and create a strong statement. So for example, so Ahmed has mentioned that I want to end poverty in this world. So Ahmed, the vision statement which you can potentially create is, you can say that help at least 50 people come out of poverty in next 5 years. This can be your vision statement. Right? Want to motivate others and fulfill their life. Okay. So now Anirban, your vision statement should be specific, right? So your statement should be like, help at least 20 people, let's say, feel more motivated, joyful, and energetic through the power of NLP, life coaching, and meditation. Something like this should be your statement, right? So create a specific statement, everybody. Right? Create a specific statement. So like Teesta, you have mentioned that I would like to do something for the environment, right? So try to define that something. So you can create a vision statement like help. You can create a statement like help my society, or or building, or any any area you can pick up, conserve water, or or save electricity, or whatever whatever you relate to. You can say that help my society, building area, conserve water, or save electricity by 20% or whatever in less than 2 years. You can put a statement like this, right? This is for Teesta, right? So create a specific statement, all of you, and put your statement on the chat. Let's see what have you created. So even Shiva, like you have mentioned, fight for justice of poor, weak, oppressed, destitutes, plant at least 100 trees every year. Great. That's a great vision to have. I want to encourage people around me to grow more plants. Yeah. So Vijaya, even you can have a, vision statement like Teesta has created, that plant at least 100 trees every year. Create a statement. It's okay. Don't worry about fulfillment. It will happen. But first you create it. Great. Okay, last 10 seconds. If you guys want to put it on the chat, please put it there. I would really like to see at least 50 plants. Great. Good, good. Start small, but do big. Great. So if you have not done this, you will have access to the recording of this video as well. So, you guys can do it later, but plead and win at least 150 cases of improvisation or something. Great, great. That's a beautiful vision to have. Like to help at least 250 children and their family every year in education and health. Great, great. Brilliant, right? So have the specific statements and keep these statements very close to your heart. You can keep it on your phone. you can revise it every day, or you can just print it out and just take it in front of your study, or wherever you work, or keep it as a wallpaper on your laptop, or whichever way, whatever is possible, such that you can keep reminding yourself of these things. So focus on these things, and and focus on this statement. But don't worry about whether you will achieve it or not, because the point is that once you send out these positive vibrations in the universe, and once you genuinely work towards achieving it, then what you will observe is that you will start receiving all the help, and you will start receiving all the support, and through that you will definitely achieve it, right? If not 100%, you will achieve 50%. It's fine, right? But you will achieve it, right? That's the most important point, right? So make a strong statement. Like I said, don't worry whether you'll achieve it or not. Let universe decide it, faith, right? If universe wants this to be done through you, then it will happen, right? So ultimately what we need to understand is that although we say that we are doing everything, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm achieving this, I'm achieving that, but most of the times in our life things are happening to us, and things are happening through us, right? That's how most of the times the life happens, right? So life basically happens to us, right? Basis our karmic, our karmic memory, basis the kind of actions we take, and basis whatever structure we have, or whatever life situation we have, life is happening to us, right? And in this happening life, if you create a strong statement and you just go out in the universe and you tell universe, okay, this is what I want to achieve, and I feel connected to this, and I think this will have a positive impact on the society, then you will observe that universe will give you those opportunities, right? And you will observe that somewhere the help will come. You will not even realize, and you will not even think that help was supposed to come in this way, right? But it will come, and it will be so beautiful, right? It will be very beautiful, right? And you will really enjoy that moment, right? So that's so live your life like that. Whenever that help comes, just take it, and you just do whatever you can, right? So like you talked about supporting the education of children, if you're not able to do 250, even if you're able to do 5, it's okay. But the moment you get that opportunity, go ahead and do it. Don't worry about it, right? Go ahead and do it, right? And once you start taking genuine steps, you will start getting more and more help, and you will start, you will start experiencing it in your life, right? So that's the message which I wanted to share today. On a regular basis, find opportunities in your life to fulfill your purpose, right? That is the most important thing which you can do. So ensure that you identify opportunities, and whichever way you can fulfill your purpose, just go ahead and fulfill it, right? So that's what I wanted to share. We will now do a small meditation. Any questions from anybody? Anything you want to ask before we meditate? Okay, great. So we will do Om meditation today. So some of you have already been part of my program, so you would know how to do it, but I'll still repeat the instructions for those who have not done this before. So in the Om meditation, we do Om chanting, right?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Can I ask you?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, you said the purpose of the life is to serve others, sir. So what is the eventuality of it, sir? I am serving others, and throughout my life, I've served others. They will benefit from me, and what will I benefit from them? So they will avail the services of me to an extent that they will exploit me. So serving them, you know, sir, Swami Vivekananda's father, he's a big rich man. He's a big rich man, but eventually feeding people.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sir, he has this custom of Aditya Deva Baba. He keeps on feeding everyone who comes to Kolkata, everyone. Eventually, he became a pauper, sir. So what is the point of serving others at the cost of myself? What am I gaining? I am losing everything. Do you understand? My money, my time, my effort, my patience. Will that person who availed service from me, will they have benevolence towards me or any gratitude that I have served? When I'm in problems, will they serve me? No, they'll not serve. So what is the point in serving? Am I happy? I'm not happy.
Sure.
I'm losing all my money, losing all my patience. Am I happy? So is there peace of mind? No.
Sure. Okay. That's a very interesting question. So I'll tell you, right? So
should I say something about this?
Sorry.
If you allow me to, may I add in this like what he has asked May I say something?
Yeah. Go ahead, please go ahead.
What I personally feel, whatever he is saying, whatever you want to serve anyone, is it something you have to be very clear whether you want to serve to the person to whom you are serving, or you want to serve yourself for doing the same thing. If you are trying to think that you are serving the other person, it means you have somewhere mishandled the thing. First of all, you should see that you are serving the purpose because you want to serve yourself. When you feel this purpose, then there will be nothing of that sort, the feeling which you will be having. Thanks, sir.
Okay, great. So let me try to answer that question to the maximum possible extent, right? So now the most important point to note here is, and that is what I started off my session with as well, that ultimate purpose of our life and the most important thing in this life is to realize who we are, right? That is the most important thing. If you fulfill that, then we say that your life is 100% fulfilled. While if you do not fulfill that, then you have to take another birth and your life will again crave for it, right? So the life and death cycle will continue to happen, right? That is the fundamental first point, right? The second point is that most of the times in our life, when people take up purposes like these, which we created just now, and you also mentioned, right, that Atiti Devo Bhava, most of the times people are just trying to fulfill their ego through these things. People make it as a statement which is written over here saying that, I do this for the society, I do this for everybody, I really want to help others. Most of the times it is out of that ego, right? But what we have to ensure is that this purpose should come out of our inner self, not through our ego. When this purpose will come out of your inner self, you will realize that on every service which you do, whatever unconditional service you do, you will feel more joyful, you will feel more blissful, you will feel more stress-free, you will feel more peace of mind, right? Now, somebody who's spending his entire money and not balancing his life, but just throwing away his money on everybody else is not living a balanced life, and I'm not talking about that, right? I'm not saying that, for example, Teesta said that plant 100 trees every year. So let's say her income every year can support only 5 trees, right? But she is taking away the food from her family's plate, or she is taking away, some of the things from her family and, planting 100 trees. That makes no sense. You should not do that. You should live a balanced life, absolutely balanced life. You should take care of your family. You should balance out your profession. You should balance out your finances. You should balance out your happiness. You should balance out everything, right? You should balance out everything. And within that balance, one balance is of serving others, right? One balance is of serving others. So within that balance, you do it, right? But what I'm saying is that when you have a genuine purpose, right? When you have a genuine purpose, that is when you will see that you start receiving that support from universe, and you will start getting more and more from universe to fulfill that purpose, right? So for example, another purpose which I have is to support the education of underprivileged, so I donate to some of the NGOs through which I am, paying for their fees and school fees and all, right? So, and it's like, I never, and whatever amount I pay, I never bother whether I should really pay it or whether I should not pay it or not. Somewhere or the other, I have that money. When the time is there to pay and I pay it once in a year, so I know that money comes from somewhere, right? It is there, right? The day I feel that I do not have money, maybe, whatever happens, if I do not have sufficient money, I can't, it's okay. It's okay, right? But the point here is that when you do those things, then universe supports you and your joyfulness, your happiness, your blissfulness increases, and you come close to yourself. You come close to realize who you are. You move away from your ego, right? Because all the problems which you have today, whether it's the stress or whether, or like you mentioned that what is in it for me, right? So that in it for me is the question from your ego, not the question from yourself. right? So when that question comes from your ego will always ask, it will always say that what's in it for me, right? So for example, if I'm doing this session, my ego always tells me, okay, what's in it for you? Why are you doing this? Why are you wasting your 90 minutes on a Sunday? You can watch a movie, right? You can enjoy your life, right? But then myself comes into picture. Myself always says, no, this has to be done, right? This has to be done. So let us do this, right? So the point is to come more close to yourself. When you come more close to yourself, you will realize who you are. And that is how you will fulfill your life, right? Now, I don't know that story of Swami Vivekananda's father, but the way you told me, it sounds like, he just did it through his ego, right? Aditi Devo Bhava, right? So maybe he did it through his ego. I don't know. But, that's the main point, which I think, right? Does that answer your question or any thoughts?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Except that universe thing, I'm still a little suspicious. Is that true or not?
It's okay.
Universe will give you more, you said, as you said.
No,
I never
be 100% suspicious. And there's one thing which I tell everybody who come to my session, that do not believe me. All that I'm saying, do not believe me. Try it out in your life. If you think it is happening, try it out genuinely. Don't even discard it. So don't believe me, but don't reject me. Just keep whatever I'm telling with you. Try it out. See if it works. It works, great. It doesn't work, you can always say that you wasted your 60 minutes with me. I am fine with that. Yeah. So just be with an open mind. That's very important, right? Just keep your mind open. It happens. Doesn't happen. How does it matter? It's okay. Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll meditate now. And if you have any questions, you guys can put it in the chat. We'll answer at the end of the session. So this meditation, like I was saying, is Om meditation. Now, the right way to pronounce Om is, the word Om is basically comprised of 3 letters, A, U, and M. So it's comprised of these 3 letters. So the way we pronounce it is like as follows. I'll give you a demo now. So we do it like this. So that's how we do it. And when we do we should feel the vibrations in our navel region. So in our navel region, we should feel the vibrations of the letter A. And when we say U, the vibrations will be felt in your chest region. So you will feel that. It's a natural process. So you will feel it. And then when you say you will feel the vibrations in your forehead region, right? So A, U, and right? So that's how we do it. And we also try to keep A, U, and almost of the same length, right? So if I'm saying A for 3 seconds, I also say U for 3 seconds. I also say for 3 seconds, approximately. Whatever is the balance in your own time on your own mind space, right? So you don't have to really be worrying about it, but whatever is natural flow for you, basis that you try to balance it out, right? So that's how we do. That's how we pronounce Om. And the way we do this meditation is that, first of all, we will keep our hands open, palms like this, and kept on your knees, right? And we will chant Om for 7 times, right? So we will chant Om for 7 times. Then after that, we will take our right hand and we will keep it here, right? And then we will chant Om for 3 times. Then after that, we will take our hand and keep it here. So this is where our heart chakra is located. This is the place where the rib cage meets. So we will keep our hand here. And then we will chant Om for 3 times. And then we will keep our right hand below our navel region, just below our navel region. Somewhere here, let me see if I can show you, over here, right? So we keep it below this is the navel, and below the navel region, and we will again chant Om for 3 times, right? And during this period, the left hand will continue to be like this, right? So 7 times in open position, 3 times here, 3 times here, 3 times below your navel region. So 7 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3, 16 plus 3, 19. 7 plus 3, 10 plus 3, 13 plus 3, 16. And then we will again keep our right hand back, again palms facing upwards on our knees. And we will chant Om for 5 more times, right? 5 more times. So total, we will do it for 21 times, right? So 7, 3, 3, 3, and 5, right? So total 21 times we will chant Om. And then we will sit in silence for around 4 to 5 minutes, right? So very simple meditation. I will guide you. And you might not hear my arm properly because of this microphone. There is generally an issue. So even if you don't hear me, don't worry. You just go ahead and pronounce it, right? I will try to be more loud and come close to this so that you can hear it. But if you don't hear it, it's okay. You still do it on your own, right? So a, u, and so like that we will do. Okay. So please sit with your back straight. Keep your palms open. Sunita ji, you can do it in lying down posture. You need not do the Om chanting. You can just focus on your breath if you're lying down and just try to relax your body, mind. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, so sit with your back straight. Keep your palms facing upwards. Keep them on your knees. Close your eyes. If you're wearing spectacles, then please take them off. Now focus on your breath and let your breath go into all parts of your body. Completely relax your body. Now your mind is also relaxed. And your emotions are also relaxed. Now take a deep breath in for Om chanting. And do it along with me. Now keep your right hand on your forehead and we will chant Om for 3 times. Keep your hand now on your heart chakra, which is located where the rib cage meets. Now keep your right hand below your navel region and we will chant Om for 3 times. Now keep your right hand back on your right knee, palms facing upwards. And we will chant for 5 times. Now sit in silence for a few minutes and stay focused on your breath. Jananam sukhadam maranam karunam melanam madhuram smaranam karunam kalavashadeha sakalam karunam samayadhipate akhilam karunam. Now take 3 deep breaths. Gently move your fingers and toes. Rub your hands against each other. Place them on your face. Gently open your eyes and then rub your hands all around your face and on your body. And come back with a gentle smile. Okay, great. So we will now have time for questions. But before I do that, I just want to announce that I'm organizing something called as 5-day mindfulness challenge from 13 July to 17 July. So some of you who have been part of my WhatsApp class, it's something similar. But the focus here is to reduce the stress which people experience, right? So if you feel that you are experiencing stress and you need some help, then you can come for this 5-day mindfulness challenge. It's starting from Tuesday. It will end on Saturday, and we will have sessions every day from 7:30 to 8:30. And these are the topics we are going to cover, right? So we will talk about stress. We'll understand fundamental reasons of stress, and we will start our journey to reduce it. Then we will understand who is responsible for our stress, and we'll fix the responsibility. Then we will talk about burning some energies to reduce the thoughts we experience, right? And cultivating energy to reduce the thoughts which you experience. And then we will talk about meditativeness, right, in the last session, right? So if you're interested, then you can come and register for it. The cost for everybody who is joining is $299, but then for you guys, because you're part of my groups and all, so I'm just charging 99 rupees. So this is the link to register. In case you are interested, then you can sign up for this. Yeah. For those who have already done WhatsApp class, this is something similar. 50% is same, 50% is new content. So you can decide to come if you want, right? So that's all what I wanted to share today. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. If you want to share any of your experiences, then please feel free to share your experiences as well. I'll be happy to answer those. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody, any questions? Anything you would like to ask or share?
Yes, Kunal, good evening. This is Anirban.
Yeah.
First of all, I just want to say big thanks for remembering us and sharing us all this information, which are really helpful and needed for our life journey. And also, though we may not be the part of the bigger session, but still you have the big heart to help us in all this way. I will really pray all your sessions are very nice, and at least from me, I would love to join many of, in fact, all of your sessions. And I'm thankful to God and universe that we crossed our path and we are ultimately helping each other in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And apart from this, I would like to share 2-3 things. So if you can give me the chance.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. So in my experience, I maybe told you earlier that I have gone through the pranic healing first basic level and another course, which is called Oneness with the Higher Soul. So both these courses having one meditation in it, and both these courses are having a different purpose. Whereas after doing the pranic healing basic level, where it is a twin heart meditations is there, which ultimately helped me to do a self-love and mental fulfillment. And then when I completed the higher soul, where I think this session is very much important, I started doing that soul meditation. Soul meditation gave me a like, it suddenly opened my thing where I understood what, like, for which purpose I came in the earth, what I supposed to do, what will make me fulfill ultimately. Earning money, helping ourselves with family and whatever, these things are there, these things will be there. But apart from this, what I should do, which will make my life purpose. So I got a call, in fact, and things are happening in that way. Then I found that life coach, NLP, those are the ways I can, first I have to empower myself, then I can dissipate my energy, knowledge to others. The way I think you are also maybe the part of the thing. Okay.
Correct.
So thank you for giving me the chance to tell. Absolutely. And 2-3 things from all your words, what I came just in this is, you told, right, we have to find a statement and we have to keep remember. So there is something called laws of attraction. See, if we'll go through that, maybe many of us might have gone through or will go through continuously. If there are different techniques of that, 369, 333, 555, 777, different angelic numbers, through that we can go for it. And I have experienced this happening. When you are putting this type of statements to the universe, I will not say universe, it's open-ended, it will happen. Then automatically, ये बोलता है ना कि कायनात उस पे लग जाता है. That way, things happen, things will happen. I have seen things happening. And what you said is absolutely right. If it is not in your plate, it will never come. And if it will be in your plate, you don't know how it will come, when it will come, but it will ultimately come and purpose, like solve the purpose. Yeah. So this is another thought. And on the other way, what you said is like helping others, like serving others. So I want to say 2-3 things. Serving others means helping others. How you are going to help others so that they will be helped by their different ways. Somebody will be helped by money, somebody will be helped mentally, somebody will be challenged with respect to their relationship. So the laws of karma is saying what you are going to give, that you are going to get. So if you give money, you will get money. If you give help, you will get help. In which form you are going to give, in that form you are going to get. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but over a period of time, if you will do it continuously. That I have seen things happening. And I have seen one thing previously. I also see, all we are, I have a family and and having the money issues, like every health issues, a lot of other issues. That's why we are living our life, right? Without issue, we will not be there. So absolutely, these things are there, issues will be there, and your life purpose will be there. Both simultaneously, if you will be there, like Grihi Yogi, what you will say, if you will fully become yogi, you may not get the flavor of all these problems. So that is also a different thought process. So what I think is, absolutely, we have to go through all these problems to be more strong, to be more fulfilled in our life, so that we can attain something different from what we thought.
Yep, absolutely.
And on the last thing to Shiva is, I fully understand and aware. Previously also I had the same. If I'm going to help, what I'm going to get out of it? Absolutely. In my so many years, I am 40 years, and till so many years I am working with respect to relationship with many, like my relatives, my friends in office. What we have seen, if I'm going to help that guy, what I'm going to get? What I think is, you do help, you will get, but you don't know in which form you will get, but you will get. That will be there. And when you said that for Swami Vivekananda, his father had done so much of thing, that's why maybe Swami Vivekananda took birth in that person's life. So thanks all of you for hearing me. Thanks.
Thank you, Anirban. Anybody else, would you like to ask anything or share anything?
So I'll just continue to what Anirban said. Do good and then leave it to the cosmos that will return us anytime in any way. Because I have experienced in my life, see, normally whatever I do, I never expect anything. But the experience I went through is in 2014. My husband used to stay alone in Delhi. In the midnight around 1:30, he had a massive heart attack. Nobody was there with him, but somehow some guy called me and said he's sweating, throwing out and all. So I requested him to take him to the hospital, but without paying even 1 rupee. He has undergone operation. Later on, the cardio surgeon told me that the bill has to be paid is around 6-7 lakhs. I said, okay, no issues. Once I come to Delhi, I'll do the needful. But everyone's blessings, what good karma I have done, it has taken care. So what you said is right. Just do things and not to expect. It will give the result when it is required, may not be immediately. Now also with the forceful Kunalji, I sat for a meditation which I could do. So thank you for giving the positive energy, and make sure that we are part of your all the programs, so that we get energized like you and help others. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great. Anybody else? Any last thoughts from anybody? Okay, so we will end the session today with Asatoma Sadgamaya mantra. So please again sit with your back straight and keep your hands like this, left hand below, right hand on top, placed comfortably in your lap. Take off your spectacles and close your eyes. And you can repeat after me. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritangamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great time, Kunal. All
Yeah.
of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.